Well, good afternoon, basketball fans all over the world, and welcome here to the beautiful city of Malaga in sunny Spain at Palacio de Deportes José María Martín Carpena for tonight's quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. It is the United States versus Serbia. Well, of course, we're in for a very, very tough game here tonight, Teresa. I mean, this is going to be a showdown between these two basketball greats. What do we make of this game?
I think, again, we spoke, that's quarterfinals, and I think Serbia has really massive task ahead of them, obviously, to beat this strong team of USA. You know, Serbia is going to be underdog, so they have nothing to lose. So I expect them to really step into this game like with full potential they have, and they actually displayed previously in this championship. On the other hand, USA team, they have pretty much quality on every position.
Well, there we can see the road to the finals, of course. France yet to take on Slovenia, while Spain will be taking Australia. You just recently saw Lithuania have booked themselves in the semi-final. They will play the winner of this game. Will it be the United States or Serbia? Now, of course, Teresa, when we look at some of these players in the United States, of course, and, you know, there's some great players, but, you know, the one key player that I want to mention for this team is their lead scorer, Ian Jackson. I mean, Jackson, so far, is averaging 18 points per game in the 4 games he's played for the United States.
Yeah, he has been such a key player for the US team, but more, he's really dynamic player, and as well defensively, he's such a big attribute to this US team. So, you know, we're pointing him, but there are also other players who plays great. Holland, Wagner, Flan. You know, Flan didn't have many minutes. He only averaged 16 minutes per game, but he's top leader in assists at this championship. He has 5.5 assists and 3.5 steals, which puts him on a second place of the leading, you know, in this statistics. So there's loads of quality within this US team.
Well, the key thing, of course, 9 of these players are coming from different states in the United States of America, but 2 players they want to talk about representing New York City, of course. New York City, many people, experts in the basketball world of the United States, felt have really fallen off the map. But we got 2 players from the Bronx, and that is Boogie Flan and Ian Jackson. Well, Jackson, of course, 21 points in their emphatic victory over Lebanon. But he's not the only key players we mentioned. You know, other players you want to look out for is Spears, Pete, and Castillo, of course. Well, Castillo's been averaging 10.3 points per game so far. DeJuan Wagner, third generation, potentially a third generation player that could play in the NBA, like his father and his grandfather, who was an NBA champion with the LA Lakers in 1988 against the Detroit Pistons bad boys. It doesn't get any bigger than this. When you feature for the United States of America, you're potentially looked at as a future NBA player.
Yeah, you have to, because obviously every name has its own quality in here, and you know, it'll be interesting to see, because US basketball at these youth championships is quite known by the dynamic, the aggressivity, athleticism, and it'll be interesting to see that different style of basketball, how Serbia can cope with it.
Well, now we're going to set to introduce the players from Serbia, and I got to tell you as well, Teresa, you know, we talked in the last game about just the history and the renaissance of basketball in Lithuania, but you got to put Serbia in that category. When you think about some of the greats, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, of course, they've come through this system. Now, one of the key players you want to look out here for Serbia is Filip Jovic, averaging 50 points per game along with 5 rebounds, stands at 204 centimeters. He is playing, actually, right now for KK Spaz in Bosnia-Herzegovina. I mean, he is a key crunch-time player for Serbia.
Yeah, he is a key player. We've seen in the previous game that the key players need to step up, and I think it'll be interesting to see if he can cope with that, you know, team defense of the US in this game. But usually Serbian basketball is very well coached. They are really having big IQ and everything, and I would like to really see that in today's game, if it's going to be applied and overplaying the USA team.
Well, we're going to stand now for the national anthems of these 2 beautiful countries. And we'll have a moment of silence for the national anthems. Well, the national anthems of these two beautiful countries have been sung, of course. I'm going to set to introduce our officials coming from Latvia, Brazil, and Turkey. Well, from Turkey, we have Karen Baki. From Brazil, we have the lovely Andrea Silva. And from Latvia, we have Gatis Salins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our FIBA competitions. But right now, they'll continue to do that excellence here for the quarterfinals between the United States of America and Serbia. This is the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. We're going to take a very quick look at the starting lineups of these two teams, and I think we're going to start with the United States. Now, Teresa, what do you make of the starting lineup here for the USA?
You know, it's quite obvious, like, there's a quality by quality everyone. We see Castillo, Pete, Holland, Wagner, Stewart. So, which brings me that we don't see a Jackson, Ian's Jackson starting. So, interesting move from coach. But, you know, I'm sure we're going to see him introduced. As we already mentioned him, he's top scorer. He's a leader of this US team.
Well, there is the head coach, Shaman. Lamar White, of course, knows that it's a big jump for him. Now, remember, you got to take into consideration, since the inauguration of the FIBA Under-17 World Cup, the United States of America have won every time. Well, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups here of Serbia. And again, how does this lineup match up with the USA?
Yeah, Filip Jovi can't miss being in that starting five. Obviously, Stankovic, Markovic, and the others, and plus the bench as well. I think really Serbia will have to display their best basketball, and it'll be so important to control their rhythm of the game, because if you're gonna let the ball turn over and giving the US a chance to run the floor, they're just gonna smash you. So this game, more than any other, is so important for Serbia to control that game.
Well, there is head coach Abramovic, of course, and he knows, of course, the expectations. I mean, when you are head coach, we talked about the United States of America, but Serbia, again, it is a country that is basketball mad, rich in basketball tradition, fantastic basketball fans. We get a bit of a trivia. 8 years ago, these two teams met in a knockout stage. It was the semi-final of the 2014 FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup, and the USA knocked out Serbia. Serbia have won the bronze medal once in the 6 competitions we've had so far. Again, will history rewrite itself? Will the USA go on to claim yet another championship, or could Serbia let them know that there's a new team on the block? We will find out soon.
Yeah, we'll find out. So we know that the US team could have possible slower starts into the games, you know, and I think Serbia has to really start from the first minute of the game and play all 40 minutes, because Serbia has been excellent first quarters at this championship, except for that first game against France when they a little bit struggled to find the rhythm and stuff. So I think it'll be interesting to see if Serbia can really, you know, take that beginning of the game in their favor and increase the lead as much as they can, and then possibly take the control of the game, because it is tough task. And I'm sure Coach Abramovic wasn't the happiest that they're facing US team in the quarterfinals, because I would say Serbia should be definitely in top 4 teams of this championship quality-wise. But unfortunately, this is who they're facing in quarterfinals, and this is the game. You either go further between the top 4, or you're going to play classification games. So really, really tough task. But I'm looking forward to see that US team as well, to see what they can display, because their basketball is just fun to watch.
Well, the United States opened their campaign in Group C against Lebanon, and again, they have not been challenged. They're undefeated. It hasn't been even close. The closest game that they've even played was against Slovenia, and even there they won by 33 points. Serbia, on the other hand, they opened their campaign in a very disappointing fashion in a defeat to France. But since then, it's been business as usual. They took care of New Zealand. They took care of Canada. The Dominican Republic came in, annoyed them a bit, but Serbia again emphatically won. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome here to the city of Malaga in sunny Spain. This is the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. It is the United States versus Serbia. Don't go anywhere, as we are set for tip. Remember, we are live here in Malaga, Palacio de Deportes, Jose Maria Martin Carpena. And when the ball is up, business will pick up. Well, tip is underway now. The USA will get the first possession now here of the game. Well, one thing we've seen from the United States of America is Castillo now here on the ball. The transition in their basketball has just been very difficult to defend, of course. Well, Duan Wagner now takes us in the lane, tries a little teardrop, doesn't get it. Serbia secure the rebound. Well, Stankovic now goes under the basket, gets caught in a flurry of players, doesn't get the at one, but again, you can see already, oh, we got a turnover. Well, Serbia trying to force the ball down low to Filip Jovic, their top scorer. I think he just gets called for a traveling violation there. Well, Pete now gets called for a traveling violation again. Both teams maybe just a little bit of anxiety in their early plays and just kind of need to let the game settle into them.
Yeah, it's especially at this level, at this age, you know, because you know how much pressure is on them, because this is pretty much their first big championship, or one of the first when they building those experiences. So quite nervous start from both teams.
Goes down the lane now, gives it up. Beautiful little finger roll there. Well, the big man just going to the basket. The United States of America now wasting no time to get the basketball up the floor there. Well, Wagner now trying to curl the screen. Gets a deflection, but they still keep possession now. Over 10 on the shot clock here for the United States. Well, Pete now goes in. He tries a little floater, can't get it. Serbia with another rebound. Well, George Juricic will play the point guard here for Serbia to go down low again. Serbia now trying to patiently build up in their offense. From this one, the low block and a spin out, but another traveling violation. Oh, Teresa, excuse me, of course. Had those moments where I incorrect, but then you can see the replay here. Yeah, it's a costly error. You want to kind of get into that rhythm very early here in Serbia and the United States. Just kind of fumbling a little bit. Castillo now here makes a penetration. We got another turnover. And Serbia will try to take this in transition. Goes in with a Euro step, goes all the way, and he just goes in with a beautiful finger roll. Stankovic showing no fear whatsoever, attacking the basket. Well, Stewart goes in, makes a bit of contact, and kisses that one off the glass. And that would just lift the spirits there, these players in the United States, Teresa.
Yeah, they are relentless, aren't they? They just keep going. Usually, we know generally that U.S. teams usually full of confidence, and they know they don't doubt themselves. They just carry on. They just do what they're good at.
Well, Serbia tried from downtown. They let it go from the perimeter, but it goes out of bounds. But that will be a Serbia possession, as you can see number 4, Cora Pete, just unable to secure the rebound there for the United States of America. Well, baseline possessions now here for Serbia. And again, you can see they're trying to throw the ball down low, trying to make the United States defense collapse there, but probably try to open up and get some perimeter shots probably from downtown.
Yeah, that would be quite handy and quite useful as well, because obviously when you hit some shots, the defense has to come out of that pain.
Well, loose ball here secured by the United States. They're going to push this one in transition. Bit of contact, goes up, doesn't get it. Well, Serbia now, Markovic surviving in transition defense. Juricic thought about taking it. Goes in the corner now, goes all the way, and he lays that one. And right now, Serbia displaying all the confidence for the United States. Wasting no time to get the ball up in transition. This is one thing we've seen as Ronald Holland now with the ball in his hands. Tries to pull for the mid-range, and the referee was wide open, but 10 on the shot clock now here for Holland. Holland goes all the way, can't get it. Another rebound here secured by Julovic. Serbia go back down the low block, and another foul has been called. Now the question is, wow. Now was the foul called on the ground there, or was... So 2 shots now here for Stankovic.
What I really like at the moment from point of Serbia, they play really disciplined defensively and offensively. They don't do mistakes. They just focusing on their own games. They organize in offense. They're waiting for the opportunity to arise. And defensively, they play great team defense so far. It's not just about one player. It's about being on a split line. It's about like filling that middle of the space, and they're doing it very well so far.
Well, Stankovic, of course, playing in the capital city of Belgrade, stands approximately at 198 centimeters. For those watching from the United States, that is 6'6". Well, he had back-to-back games against Canada and the Dominican Republic, where he scored 12 points in both games. He just misses shortly on the free throw, but foul has been committed here by Serbia. So the United States, it's actually the first team foul committed from Serbia in this game.
And that was quite unnecessary foul, let's say, because there was no attempt to run the break or anything.
Well, let's go baseline now. Looking for options. There's the kick out. The United States is trying to break the Serbian defense down. Under 10 on the shot clock now here. Castillo throws this one down the low block, tries to muscle his way in the post, and again just gets the drop in it. That's a strong move there by Cora Pete. It may be something that the USA need to keep going to in the low post against Serbia.
Yeah, I think they have to play in depth. They have to play in and out as well, because they're not bad shooters. You know, they're averaging 7 threes per game, obviously only 28%, but they have to hit and they have to attempt to shoot them as well.
Well, tries to go baseline now, looking for the kick out, fumbles it, goes through the legs. Again, the foul has been called again on the United States of America, so As it stands, Markovic will go back to the free throw line. So far, has the one rebound. Again, you got to love the fact how Serbia not coming into this game and settling for perimeter shots, really trying to force and make the United States work on defense.
Yeah, they don't play just one pass and go. They're really patient offensively, really. Because as much as you make a move on the court, you're basically giving defense way more space to make mistakes, and that's what Serbia is benefiting from.
Well, Markovic, of course, a product of the KK Mega Basket, the same club in which Nikola Jovic, not Jokic, Jovic came from before getting drafted by the Miami Heat. Well, he's been averaging 12.3 points per game, but again, the United States trailing this one now, 8-4 here in the early stages against Serbia. Coming off one screen now, taking the mid-range, and again, doesn't get it. The foul has been called yet again. The United States probably just making very lackadaisical errors at the moment with these silly fouls. Again, they don't want this to prolong into their lineup, but at the moment, they're making a change now. Coming from one of the most northern states of the USA, from Newport, Maine, for the United States is number 9. So Cooper Flag from IMG Academy from Maine in New England. But Serbia now will have possession here. Well, Čurčić now being heavily defended here in the backcourt by Jeremy Fears. Čurčić now gets a handle and an offensive foul. I think that's a good call by the official, Teresa.
I think so, because he has been warned already on the backcourt, because we've seen those hands when he was trying to get open for that ball, and he's been warned, and there's just too many hands around flying. So that's a pretty much really good call from officials.
Teresa, I can't understand that, because Đorđe Čurčić had the move on him. He beat him on the first time, got to the basket. It was almost a costly personal and a collective mistake he's made there for his team. We can see now the USA Fears just trying to get Koa Pete the ball in the low block, because they know that he can't be defended by the Serbians. But again, it's the ball pressure from Stankovic, making it very tough for the post-entry passes. Well, the three is up from downtown, and it's good. Well, the USA hit their first tray ball of the night, and maybe just to build their confidence, coming from Ronald Holland. And that's his first 3 points of the game, but a double dribble call. Well, great pressure there on defense by the United States, as Ian Jackson, well, as we mentioned, big play there. Well, a lot was to be said about Jackson coming into this game, of course, because, well, as I was mentioning, Boogie Fland and Ian Jackson being the representation of New York City. Of course, you think about the history of basketball, the NBA, the United States, New York City being the home to some great players, and it's great to see two representatives now here from not only New York, but the Bronx itself. Well, Fears goes to the basket now, kicks it out, get a deflection. Serbia come up with a loose ball. Lead this one by 1 point here, just over half to go. Down the lane now, avoids the block, kisses that one off the backboard. Well, Serbia right now showing no fear to the United States of America. Well, that was Markovic taking his tally now up to 5 points.
Yes, Serbia very disciplined offensively and defensively. It's just a pleasure to watch, and at the moment I feel they're controlling their game mainly than anything else. They're focusing on themselves. They are very well coached, they are very well guided and everything, and they're just sticking to what they're good at. They are patient offensively, they play very good team defense, they're filling the space, so obviously US have to shoot. We've seen that long shot previously when Holland hit that three.
Well, Mikic again, and that's going to be the mismatch right there. The United States have to identify that Koa Pete is going to completely beat Victor Mikic for possession in the low post. I mean, Serbia's got to make a big decision now, Therese. Do they go and double team him, leaving the perimeter vulnerable?
Yeah, I think obviously it's still loads of time to go, and they only hit 1-3, so there's no really space to panic yet. But I think it depends what the game plan is, to be honest, and we don't know. We're not in the changing rooms with them, but it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do.
Well, there you go, back-to-back fouls now there for Mikic, and again, big choice here for the Serbian coaching staff. Do you keep him on the floor? Because at the moment, Serbia's got a big problem, and it's Koa Pete. Koa Pete at the moment cannot be defended by these Serbian players, and of course Koa Pete being one of the best players for this United States team. I mean, coming from Atlanta, Georgia, playing at Perry High School. A big talk about him, of course, standing approximately about 6'7", but you can see he's playing this sort of 4-stretch-5 role, bit of a small ball lineup. Well, he was born in Gilbert, Arizona, of course, and his father Todd Sr. actually played at Northern Illinois University, so you can see basketball just running in the family of some of these United States players. We said DeJuan Wagner, third generation, grandfather NBA champion, father playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A lot of family lines here for this United States team.
Yeah, these kids obviously grew up in basketball environment. They were following obviously their parents, their families, so they don't know nothing else than they want to be actually players themselves.
A big possession now, and I think the officials have called the charging call there. Again, you got to love the way Serbia got the ball up the court, got a penetration kick out, but again, great defense there by Koa Pete, just getting outside the semicircle and avoiding the blocking call.
Yeah, not only he's really effective offensively, but also defensively. We could see he was there really on time, feet set, he was out of the charging circle. So great defensive possession for Pete.
Now, of course, Serbia have put the United States in the penalty, but the reason that's not free throws is because it's a team control foul. Now, what do you make of this defense here from Serbia?
Yeah, it's a zone defense now. I like that because they're changing the rhythm defensively. So offensive US has to obviously adjust, and it could take them a little bit out of rhythm. And when you play the zone defense, you're filling the space.
Well, Markovic now running in transition, takes this one all the way, goes up, and he lays it off the backboard. The big man just running transition there like a gazelle. And Koa Pete just takes it to the basket. Just too big, too strong, and too good, of course. Well, Serbia now making the most of the press breaking out. No foul call there, but again, you can see keeping the composure there, just able to break down the United States full court pressure. Well, Čurčić now on the ball, 6 on the shot clock, makes a penetration, tries to muscle his way in, and somehow, some way, Đorđe Čurčić just makes the circus shot, but it's a beautiful play. Serbia now secure a rebound. They can push this one. They got numbers here in transition. Well, they go down low here. The big fella tries to muscle his way, goes in. I think they're going to call the basket there too.
Yeah, that's going to be a technical basketball, obviously, because the ball had already, I think he slapped the board, and obviously that's not allowed. Let's see it again. That was a great individual action in here from Gacic.
Well, the United States now making a double change now coming into the game for them is number 5, Carter Knox, 196 centimeters, starting at 6'5" now, 17 years of age. Well, Jackson takes a three-pointer, can't get it. The rebound secured. There's 2-3 zone here, paying off a little bit for Serbia at the moment. Another foul has been committed, and now the United States with 3:22 to go, Teresa. No more fouls to give here in the first quarter.
Yeah, now Serbia has to be aggressive because obviously every other foul is going to be rewarded by the free throw. And, you know, I think Serbia has been aggressive to the rim, and they just have to keep playing what they're doing. And they're doing very well. As soon as they let the emotions go, they're making mistakes, they're going to get punished. And they are actually getting punished. As long as they're disciplined, they're playing really good games so far.
Well, David Castillo now coming into the backcourt here for the United States. Probably a change there to give them a little bit more structure, attacking the 2-3 zone. It goes out of bounds, and that will be possession to Serbia with 4.9 seconds left. Now, what do you think the Serbians have to do here against this USA defense to get a shot off for 4.9?
Well, I'm sure they practice a lot of situations in this, that when they have to just catch and go or catch and just make it simple. So I'm not sure if they are aware at the moment of the time, because there's too much dribbling in a corner.
Well, great defense by the United States. There's Carter Knox on the rebound, and now USA can push this one, and he throws it down with a bit of authority as Asadul gets his first field goal of the game. Well, the foul has been called. It's a little bit late there, but again, smart play there by Đorđe Čurčić, splitting the United States defenders and just initiating that contact. He's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots.
Yeah, we see obviously Serbia, when they don't get back defensively, the US team is punishing it, as we just seen Peak again, easy to dunk, you know, and you have to get back. As long as they were getting back very quickly, composed as a team, the US had a problem to attack it and get these easy baskets. And I think if Serbia wants to think of winning this game, they really have to stay composed as a defense and coming back to transition, because US is so effective in that cross from backcourt to frontcourt, you know, they have to stop them.
Well, playing for Borac Čačak in Serbia, standing at 194 centimeters. I think the free throw shooting here by Serbia, probably not what they want it to be, but now the United States just gives Serbia a little bit of taste of their own medicine, but it is just so impressive how quickly Carter Knox just gets the ball up the court.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're so quick in that first pass and in the transition offense that really Serbia last couple of possessions, they struggled to stop it.
Well, that was actually Jeremy Fears. My apologies there to Jeremy Fears, but again, as he misses the free throw. Well, Jeremy Fears is averaging 7.8 points per game, along with just under 4 rebounds. Well, his key game was against Lebanon in the opening game, in which in 19 minutes, he scored 11 points with a total of 4 rebounds. So again, a very effective player that they have in this United States lineup as he makes the second free throw. At the moment, you can see now Serbia in their backcourt. Well, Đorđe Črčić is going to go to the bench, take a breather. So Đulović is going to have to play point guard duties and deal with this full court pressure from the United States. Well, Đulović forced the pass over in Serbia. Get out of trouble. They got numbers here in transition. Tries to go with a Euro step under the basket. Goes up with it again. Serbia looks very unorthodox, but they are breaking this pressure. And again, that man Fears. This guy is just taking it coast to coast. I mean, he cannot be defended in transition. And the Serbians now, again, it's up and back and forth basketball between these two teams. Just really giving this game a good flavor at the moment. Stankovic now with the ball in his hands. And it's a football, so it's going to be a reset of the 14-second shot clock. So a key feature for our fans in the United States who are watching in a kickball scenario, just like a jump ball, it's going to be a fresh 14 as opposed to a fresh 24. We go down low now here to Đulović. Đulović down the middle, goes in with a left-handed finger, can't finish it. The United States now come here with a loose ball in transition. They kick this one out, they get a 3. The 3 is up and got it! Big time shot! Well, the United States now playing with a lot of confidence. Well, Asanul had that one big dunk and all of a sudden making 3s in transition, causing Serbia to call timeout here in the quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Well, Teresa, of course, you think this is a good timeout right now, probably just to settle the nerves of his players, because you see that the momentum, of course, is coming from the USA.
Yeah, we spoke about the slow starts they sometimes have in the games, not in all of games, but they did. But they, generally, the reputation of there is that they usually taking time to start the games, and then once they're going, they just go to a higher level of the gear, and and they're just unstoppable. And these last 2 minutes of this first quarter, you could see they're just playing full court pressing, trying to slow down Serbia defensively. They are very patient defensively, and then they just almost like they're fishing and waiting for the opportunity to explode and do that quick transition, and that's what they've done, and that's how they got into the lead by 2 points in this quarter. And I think now Serbia really have to take a breath and know that not only taking care of the ball in terms of turnovers, but also after the shot, someone has to protect and stop the break. Even if you have to foul, because that's how you prevent those easy baskets against you. So Serbia has task now to improve.
Well, the top scorers so far for Serbia, Markovic and Stankovic, combined total of 10 points, 5 points between them. They do have 2 players, a little bit of concerns. Đorđe Črčić, who has foul trouble. He has 2 fouls so far. Going all the way to the basket, gets rejected. Well, the elevation on that block. But you gotta love those kind of plays there. Jeremy Fears. Again, just rips the ball out of his hands. Again, still can't get it. But Newell coming in, and finally, well, he's now moved up to 7 points. But Teresa, I got to go back to the block shot by Fears. I mean, this man elevated off the floor and literally denied any sort of an application for the Serbian attempt of a 2-point in the key.
Yeah, that physicality at the moment, right? You could see the difference in there, the athleticism and everything. It's just like so strong, the Americans.
The United States now still continuing with this full court pressure against the Serbians. They almost turn on, they do just that. Well, we got a bit of numbers here in transition. Throws it up, alley-oop. Connects with it, but I think Teresa, the home fans, wanted to see. Well, we got a nutmeg now. Well, Markovic now very unhappy. And again, Teresa, credit Carter Knox there. That is a sign of a guy who's going to be a true professional. Markovic went after him, and Knox just walked away and said, I'm not having any of this. I'm here to play basketball. I want to get the United States into the semifinals.
Yeah, they know their target, obviously, and that's their main focus. They know that every game matters, and there's no really reason why they should get emotionally completely out of rhythm, because they're leading in this first quarter. To be honest, the game goes their direction, so why to mess it up? It's no need, and this is a big credit to them that in this age they actually keep the composure and their emotions in place.
Well, Serbia now making a double change. Bushitsky now comes into the game, along with number 31, Matija Milosevic. So Serbia now really digging into their depth right now, trying to throw all options. At the moment, they trail by 6 points here to the United States.
Yeah, what I like about the United States, they've pretty much done loads of substitutions, but I feel that the tempo even increased. Normally, you expect from the bench players probably the level of the game go down, but this time I think it worked very well for Coach White that he's changing players, but the intensity stays same, or even the mentality.
Backdoor play, and he throws it down with a bit of authority. Well, Okada Knox is just everywhere on the basketball court right now. Oh, I gotta see a replay of that. Okada Knox just sent a statement there. Stankovic got in his face, obviously, and he just throws it down with no regard there for the Serbian help side defense. Well, smart play there, going to the basket. He draws a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws now here to Serbian. You know, you like to see that, of course, there from Bosh Jakovic, of course. Just making that aggressive drive there. I mean, 3 USA players all wanted to pin him on the backboard like a magnet on the refrigerator, but you know, he's going to go to the free throw line now.
Yeah, it was smart play. There was an open lane to the rim, so he took it. And, you know, again, you could see there was no one in the lane, and suddenly there was 3 US players. So it tells you how athletic this team is and how quickly they can shift defensively to be on the split line.
Well, 2 free throws here now to the young man, Mitar Bosh Jakovic. Well, Serbia right now just need to step up and make these free throws. I mean, he averages 9.3 points per game so far in all their games, standing at 200 centimeters. Well, his best game was in their opening game, of course, in which they lost to France. He had 13 points. An offensive rebound now here for Serbia. Well, 7 on the shot clock now. Got to get something going. They try to go to the big fella. There's the pump fake. Gets caught a double team. They got to shoot him. They turn it over. Now the USA will push this one in transition. Down the lane now, and again, well, because he's hung on the rim there, that's a violation.
Yeah, that is obviously. If you put it in, you're kind of allowed to hang there, obviously, to prevent falling on the players on the floor. But if you miss, obviously, you have to let it go.
Again, it's just incredible. You look at the full court pressure now here from the United States. Not allowing, but I mean, Serbia's doing a good job of breaking it down, of course, but before the shot clock now, has to force it up. Takes a big 3-pointer from downtown, doesn't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, the United States now starting to regain control of this game as they lead this one 26-18 over Serbia. This is the quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Remember, we are live here in Malaga, sunny Spain, in the home of Unicaja. Well, Teresa, it's almost the fact that, you know, the United States just settled to the game. But what do you make of these stats so far here from this game?
Yeah, I think it would be nice if Serbia makes some perimeter shots. Obviously, it would make it a little bit easier for them. But, you know, I think Serbia started very well. But as we spoke before this game, it was a question how long they can cope with that disciplined, very well coached style of basketball, Serbia. But I think U.S. team is now finding their rhythm. Obviously, defensively, they're very strong, they're athletic, they're aggressive, and they're running breaks out of it. They have scored 10 points out of turnovers already in this quarter. They bench is as well, you know, contributing. They scored 14 points from the bench, which gives the coach White really, you know, good rotation offensively and defensively.
Well, here are some of the highlights of the game, of course. In Serbia, as you mentioned, 0 for 3 from the perimeter at the moment. They haven't been able to knock down those shots, but one thing they have been able to do is just try and attack the lane, of course, and get into the key. But the moment, you know, when you play against the United States, it's not only just the physical fatigue, but it's the emotional fatigue as well. You make a mistake against the USA, they'll punish you. You get it right, they still might punish you. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, and we've seen it when Serbia is really effective shooting-wise, and they do take their rebounds, and they're not making mistakes. They are very much competitive team to US, but as soon as they do one mistake, it's almost like the US team is waiting for that one mistake to just go explode and punish it.
Well, here's a change that Serbia's made. So Gacic is coming into the game for them. Lazar Gacic, he has 4 points. He'll start this one. He's going to match up with Koa Pete. Well, the United States at the moment, for their post play, they've just brought Sean Stewart back in this game. Now, he has 2 points, but looks like Milosevic, along with Mushitsky, number 70 will play in the backcourt. The United States now, Teresa, looks like they're staying in the zone defense against Serbia.
Yeah, let's see, because it might be just show off, you know. And that's show off so far. Great deflection in here from Wagner. Let's see what they, because sometimes teams just show off and go back to man, you know. So we'll see where they're going to go. And I think you're right. And this is 1-3-1 defense, which is quite rare to see last couple of years in basketball. And me personally, I love that defense because, again, it gives you another tactical kind of opportunities in there. Because, you know, you're leaving open the backside and you kind of strengthen the middle of the half.
Well, Matija Milosevic there, you can see, was caught into the corner in a very tough defensive situation, but managed to make a penetration. Maybe that's the one drawback of playing the zone defense, is that maybe sometimes you end up committing unnecessary fouls, and this is what the United States don't want. They don't want to send Serbia to the free throw line and keep giving them a bit of hope of staying in this game, of course. Well, Milosevic now makes it 2 for 2 for the charity stripe. Well, Serbia's free throw percentages very poor here this evening. 4 for 10 from the free throw line. You make all 6 free throws, it's a tie game.
Yeah, the whole championship is not the best for them. It's 59% from free throws for Serbian team.
Well, Wagner now kicking this one out, finding Castillo. Castillo going to the basket. Castillo with a beautiful little finger roll there with the inside hand. And the United States now retain their 8-point lead again, still putting on the full court pressure. Serbia just able to break it down. That's one thing I got to credit. It's Mushitsky now here, calling for the pick and roll. Calling for Gacic. Mushitsky comes off of it. There's the kick out. Can they make the first three-pointer? 3 is up. Good! Got it! Well, that would do a lot of confidence here for the Serbians. They hit their first treble now. 1 for 4, from the perimeter side.
Yeah, and we know those nations like Serbia, 1-3 can completely change the face of their game.
The United States keeping the ball inbound. Well, we got a runway now. Can they keep it alive? But look at the hustle there. Well, that's just a bit of desire. Now the United States here have numbers. But a foul has been called. Now the official has indicated that's been called on the ground. But Teresa, Dewan Wagner. I don't think anybody has a bigger heart than Dewan Wagner, how he got back in transition to prevent Serbia from having a free lunch.
Yeah, indeed. It's nice to see, and we've seen also throwing the bodies on the floor. They're fighting for the ball. This is quarterfinals, so that's what you're going to see. And on the other hand, we've seen Mushitsky now to take the foul for the team because he stopped the pretty much 4 Americans on him defensively with that great personal foul. So great foul from Mushitsky.
Well, Boogie Flan now checking into the game here for the USA. Number 1 of the 2 players from the Bronx here. Trying to go in now. They got to get something going now. The shot clock can't get it, but they get another offensive rebound. Again, just too big and strong. And that is Ronald Holland. Well, Holland so far has yet to go to the free throw line. He does have 5 points, but again, what do you have to do to stop Ronald Holland?
We always say just grab him to your teeth and bring him out of the gym, but you know.
But I mean, it's just phenomenal that he's battling nonstop like Dennis Rodman for the rebound. Once he's got it, he's just going to the basket. He will not be denied, of course. Well, Holland misses the first free throw.
Yeah, that was a 7th offensive rebound for a U.S. team. And again, that's quite alarming for defensive Serbia. They really need to push the players out of that pain to grab their defensive rebound.
Well, 0 for 2 for the free throw line now. Again, both these 2 teams just showing some vulnerabilities from the charity stripe. Milosevic now breaking down the pressure. Mushitsky, another 3 coming in the corner. Well, way off the mark, and the United States now come over the ball. They're looking to take this in transition. Good ball movement. They get a 3. The 3 is up. 3 is no good. Well, it's a bit of a aggressive pull down there by Sean Stewart. And again, he fell to the ground like a block of Jengas there. He just went piling down to the ground. Let's have a look at the replay here. That was a 3-pointer. But really what happened, Gacic gave him a bit of a knocked. Well, it's not too much in it, to be honest, from that angle, is it? But definitely a foul called. The USA now making another change is Jeremy Fears, who's played 6 minutes so far in this game with 3 points and 1 assist. Well, Sean Stewart now will go to the bench, take a breather. Serbia again, tough night for them. They have to break down this pressure. Does enough there just to avoid, but another turnover. Oh, Teresa, you almost get the point counted in perspective. earlier in the game where Markovic went and sort of had that confrontation. Maybe his mind is not quite where it needs to be at the moment.
Yeah, that's a question. Yeah, definitely. But, you know, it's not easy to play against the US team, especially they play full court pressing on you. You know, they're so physical and they're pretty much so strong. So, you know what, like, as I said, Serbia has nothing to lose. So they're just going to go. They have to go for it, both ends.
Well, the foul has been called in. I think they've called that one on the ground, I think, possibly. So no basket. So it's going to be a baseline ball. Let's have a look at the replay here. I think that's the correct call. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so as well. We have the advantage of the replay. The officials doesn't, but I think so, yeah. It's a good call.
Well, tough pass there in the corner there. He's trying another three-pointer. Again, the United States now just starting to light it up as they go back up by 8 points. Again, they're cooking it from the perimeter. The three-pointer coming again from Ronald Holland. The foul has been committed. Well, Ronald Holland, of course, just trying to go for the interception, but Stankovic just standing in his way. And, of course, I think that's a smart play there, drawing the foul. And what it does there for Serbia is it puts the USA into their second team foul now. So 2 more fouls to give to the United States with 7:06 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Markovic now giving this one up here. There's a spin out now, gets caught, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Good move, but a rebound secured, and now the United States can push this one again in transition. Find left wide open, takes another three, nails it. Well, the United States right now just having a cookout here in Malaga. Serbia may want to rethink that 2-3 zone, Teresa.
Yeah, if you're getting the perimeter shots into zone defense, you're probably looking into change it obviously. And, you know, I think the US team is adjusting very well at the moment. So you got to keep changing offensively, defensively to challenge them a little bit more, because it seems to be very easy. You know, US team 8 in this quarter, 5 to Serbia. But, you know, I think US is absolutely in control of their game so far.
Well, the USA now with a double-digit lead of 11 points. Picking up now their 13th foul. Stankovic going down low. We got a nutmeg there, and it's going to be possession back to Serbia. Now 7 seconds here on the shot clock. Now, you see what they're trying to do. They're going with a very big lineup here with Gacic and Stankovic, of course. We'll get the ball inbound now. 6 on the shot clock now. Trying to post his way up. Pump fakes, goes in, doesn't get it, gets a follow-up. And again, bit of a hustle play there from Asim Julovic. Well, that is now the 4th team foul called against Serbia, so no more fouls for the Serbians to give them. You know, we haven't even played half of the second quarter now, so could be a problem for them if they keep fouling and the United States get to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think it's now both ends, because both teams are in bonus right now. And as you say, it's so early in this quarter, but it just reflects the intensity this game is played, you know, and the physicality as well. But the officials has decided, because they always set the tone, right? So the players can read what they can afford to do or not, defensively or offensively. So we've seen that the officials are pretty much calling everything. So now the teams has to adjust, because you know, you don't want to end up in a game that everyone is on the 4 personal fouls and then you have no one to play. So the US team here, they have 4 players in the double personal fouls, and on the other hand, you have 2 on the Serbian side. So they have to start to manage the personal fouls as well.
Well, Korpit there just called for the traveling violation, so a bit of a turnover there. Well, coming back into the game now for the United States is Cooper Flagg from IMG Academy. Stankovic now going all the way. Another foul here committed by the United States. And again, I think with the United States right now, so eager to get these stops and get out in transition that, again, just costly fouls against them. So both teams now, no more fouls to give. And again, I repeat, we haven't played half of the second quarter. But Stankovic, because it was in the process of shooting, he's going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think the US defense released him a little bit now, Stankovic, because he just attacked 4 US players. But credit to him, he went there, he had that courage, and he's been rewarded by those two free throws.
Well, free throw struggles for Serbia. They have missed 7 free throws here tonight. The United States have missed 4. They are 2 for 6 for the free throw line. But as we mentioned, 4 for 11 now here. Stankovic step up as he makes the second free throw, getting it back down to an 8-point ball game. 6 minutes to go here. Quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Serbia staying in the zone defense here against the United States. Well, there's the penetration now. Just trying to find ways to break this down as ball goes behind the back now. Pulls up for the mid-range. Doesn't get it. Oh, the big man. Wow. Markovic bringing the ball up like a big point guard, of course.
Yeah, that's one thing, because obviously Čurčić is on the foul troubles and he's on the bench for the Serbian side, and he's been just a main point guard, and you don't want your main point guard sit on the bench most of the game. So I'm not sure if we're going to see him any soon back on the court, because he's been really dictating and creating the game for Serbia offensively very well in the first quarter. So I think Coach Avramovic has now a decision to make, because in this game you have to give everything. You know, you're either going to progress into top 4 or you're going to play classification. So I know he's saving him, but I would probably like to see him back on the court anytime soon.
I got to tell you, of course, when I watch Markovic bringing the ball up the court and just showing the ability to take care of the ball, it just gives me a bit of deja vu of what Vlade Divac used to do back in the day for Serbia. Gacic now looking to isolate. Goes down the middle, no foul called. They get a shot, the 3 is up in the corner. 3 is up and no good, of course. Well, Serbia just battling, but the flag now comes up with a loose ball here for the USA. Well, Cooper hesitation down, and turnover is now Serbia. Well, we got numbers here. Fakes the pass now, goes up, and a blocking foul is called. So again, Serbia with another chance here to break into this deficit, but Teresa again, 7 missed free throws, and I reiterate the importance of making free throws at this level. Yeah,
we can talk about what's good for Serbia to do against this strong US team, but you know, if you get on the line, you gotta be effective, because if you're not, pretty much all the effort you're putting in offensively or drawing the fouls goes away from out of window, isn't it? So you really have to make the free throws. Those are the points you have no defense. We say that's the easiest points you can score in a basketball, because you never have a defense. But yeah, you're right. I'd like to see a Serbian team to make a little bit more, because it's now pretty much 7 points difference, and if they would have made those free throws, the game will be different.
Well, 2 out of 2 there for the free throw line for Stankovic, of course, the man who plays his academy basketball in the capital city of Belgrade. And again, if you ever go to Belgrade for a vacation, you got to get to a basketball game. I mean, whether it's a national team or club basketball, I mean, Serbian basketball fans, they are just phenomenal. They're like all basketball fans all over the world, but the atmosphere, go to Belgrade, experience it. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, the football has been called there against Stankovic. So it's going to be a sideline ball here to the United States. The USA at the moment with Jeremy Fears, Cooper Flagg, Jackson, Carter Knox, and Koa Pete all on the floor now. Well, Jeremy Fears now looking for a handoff. Finds Jackson now. Jackson looking to isolate. Jackson going in. Doesn't get it. Another rebound secured by Serbia. Now Serbia patiently just trying to chip into this deficit now. Another kick out there in the corner. Tries to go baseline now. Spins out. Bit of contact off the backboard. Just missed it. Good move going to the basket, but couldn't finish it. Pete there. He was just missing. Well, Pete gets rejected. Wow. Well, Gacic just threw an elbow there. Gacic, again, made a great defensive play. Just being that solid rim protector here for Serbia. Julovic now being heavily guarded. Again, Serbia just doing an effective job so far. But again, another foul. It's on Koa Pete. Same story. Serbia is going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was a great attack from Bošnjaković, because obviously he saw their defense hasn't been set yet, and you're gonna just go and be aggressive, especially when you're on a bonus for every foul. So great recognition from Bošnjaković.
Bošnjaković now, as we mentioned, just going to the free throw line here for 2 shots, and again, free throw struggles still continue now. 7 for 15 for Serbia, and that's something that's going to give him a bit of anxiety now going into the halftime break. Well, Mata Bošnjaković makes the second one. Well, actually plays his club basketball in the capital, not of Serbia, but in Spain. Plays for one of the best academies, of course, but right now, international duty's cool. Well, Cooper Flag now here on the ball. Bit of contact goes in, doesn't get it, but the follow-up with Cooper Flag just tipped it in. It was almost like he was reaching for an apple in a tree. Well, Serbia now trying to bake the press. Great transition defense there by United States. And they got numbers here in transition. Well, what do we have here? Goes in, foul is called. No and one there, of course, because Cooper Flag wasn't part of the original play, but it's going to be 2 free throw shots now here for the USA as Carter Knox. And again, I got to tell you, I love this energy here by the USA, not only in transition on offense, but transition defense as well. They are just so hungry to win this game.
Yeah, I think it's so much easier to play when you have that athleticism, you know, when you have that physique to actually display this type of basketball. And I think it's more now about how much mistakes Serbia is going to make more than about anything else, because US is so strong transition offense defense. And what I observe is that obviously US doesn't like to play 5-on-5. So what should be a target for Serbia is to really stop that break and try to force US team to play against their 5 defensive players set as much as they can in this game.
You know, one point I want to make as well, the importance of the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup is that, you know, these players in the United States, the goal ultimately, as we said yesterday at the FIBA Players Workshop, with the president of Spanish basketball, Jorge Garbajosa, and the legend, Carlos Cabezas, is that there's no better feeling than playing for your national team, of course. Whether it's the United States, Serbia, Lithuania, the key thing for these players is to get a taste of that international basketball. We're at this tournament right now. We may see players in the NBA in the future. Maybe some of these United States players, they might play over here in Europe. But again, it's a great education for them to see what the transition's like. We talked about cultural awareness yesterday for some of these players. As you mentioned, of course, some of the Serbian players playing basketball academies in Spain. What is that transition like going to Spain? What is it like being away from your home? The United States players, they don't make it to the NBA, or maybe they do. There's always that opportunity to also play at a very high level here in Europe. I mean, Europe, it's a very, very competitive terrain for basketball, and this is great education for them.
Yeah, this is great education, and it's up to every person, every player, how they're going to take this experience, obviously. Are they going to use it in their favor? Are they just going to take it as one lifetime experience? You know, but I'm sure a lot of players, or if they are at this level, they want to make it pro. They want to be really successful players for their nations and everything. So I think everyone should make a note of these young players. And me personally, I love this youth tournament to watch, because it's they play for their future, they play for their prize. We have scouts in here and everything, and it never is a dull moment. It's always so high, the intensity.
Well, Carter Knox, originally from Tampa, Florida, played his high school basketball at Tampa Catholic High School, averaged 20 points per game with 7 rebounds, of course, leading the nation. Was born in Riverview, Florida. His brother Kevin was actually the 9th overall pick in the 2018 draft, and now plays for the Atlanta Hawks. So the big man now pump fakes under the basket. Again, you wanted to dunk it, of course, but again, he goes with the safe option. Again, the USA now quickly just get the ball up the court. Well, no foul called there. Pete is just standing up and saying, "Are you serious?" I mean, well, he's going to make sure he's okay, because it did look like he took a shot to the head there. But anyway, no complaints there from the USA coaching staff. Baseline ball now here to the USA. Well, this time now he gets a foul, and he gets the and one.
It was a great low eye contact between 2 players and just going behind the back of Gacic.
Well, this is coming from Cooper Flag, of course, but you got to love that play there by Koa Pete. Just a little dummy play there. Quick backdoor, gets it. He's just been told by the official that lesson to tuck his shirt in, of course. Well, that's one of the key rules of international basketball. You must have your shirt tucked in.
Yeah, I really loved that game with Kwapit, because he's so effective. He's just waiting for his move, for his time, and he's not making mistakes.
But makes a 3-point play now. Now Markovic gets the ball inbound now here with Bushitsky. Bushitsky now just trying to push the tempo here. They'll kick this one out now. They try another 3. The 3 is up, and the 3 is good from downtown. So Serbia, okay, coming over the steal here. And again, you got to love the tempo of this game. It's a 3-on-2 in transition. Pump fakes. Goes up, and he gets it. And look how quickly a 10-point lead now turns into a 5-point deficit. Serbia are not going away anywhere soon.
No, they don't have it in their blood. They definitely are giving up anything. This is quarterfinals. Everything is open.
And Boogie Flan now giving the ball up there for the United States, but Flan now this time takes it, got it! Big time shot! And the fans and the recruits behind us in the United States cheer on here. Well, splits the defense now, he's got 2 seconds. And Serbia again, just holding on there, breaking down the pressure here from the United States of America. Well, again gets caught a double team and again turns it over. The USA here, transition time. The foul has been committed, so it will be 2 free throws down here for the USA's number 6, Jeremy Fizz.
And again, another quick transition coming off the turnover.
Oh, it's not a bound play actually, so it's not a foul. So excuse me. I was going to say because the USA will be in the penalty. It's Koa Pete now. Well, the ball just all over the place right now as keep the flag able to come up with it. And a traveling violation. So the 1:47 to go here in the second quarter. Serbia trailing by 8 points. We got a timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. So far, Teresa, who's been the one player for Serbia that's impressed you the most?
I actually like Gacic as well because his size is really a big presence for the Serbian defense and offense. Obviously, he made a few mistakes, but I think he's doing very well. And then, as we already mentioned, Markovic as well. But I like Stankovic as well because he was so aggressive towards to the rim, and he caused loads of troubles to U.S. defense. So I think Serbia. Here we have Stankovic 8 points, Milosevic 8, Lovic 6. So I think really they just have to be dealing with that pressure of U.S. defense and not making any mistakes because those mistakes are punished by U.S. team very effectively. So as long as they're gonna keep control of their ball, keep control of their actions, and they're gonna be aggressive to the rim and really on the board, I think this game is quite open.
Well, I gotta tell you right now, for the United States, for me it's Koa Pete. Well, Kobe, as we mentioned, was born in Gilbert, Arizona. You know, Father Todd, as we mentioned, played for Northern Illinois University. But get this, of course, his brother, Andrews, currently plays in the NFL for the New Orleans Saints. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. I mean, again, it's like you can't write this stuff. It's almost like it's excellence in all these players' heritage, of course. Well, Serbia now just trying to break down the zone defense here by the USA. There's the penetration now, goes in, no foul call, but the USA here keep the flag in transition. Koa Pete now, and Koa Pete with no regard. And again, as we gave him the accolades, just threw it down with a bit of authority there. Well, Serbia now take back a 10-point lead here. Mujicki now left wide open. Mujicki takes the 3. Mujicki doesn't get it. Cooper Flag comes up with loose ball now. Just over a minute to go here in the second quarter. USA leading by 10 points. The flag now spins around. Flag goes into the left hand. The follow-up, no good. But again, Cooper Flag just picking up slim pickings there off the dinner table as he now puts the USA up by 12 points. And a bit of a circus shot there from Stankovic. Now we're under a minute to go here. Turns it over again, and now Serbia have an option here in transition. Goes all the way, reverse layup, and again they waste another opportunity there in transition. Well, the ball is all over the place. And the USA come up with the loose ball. Well, 14 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. So if Serbia can get a stop here, try and get one last basket down the other end, but they're going to have to try and contain the United States. A step back, the mid-range, don't get it. Well, Serbia now, shot clock has been turned off, so can they get the last shot here of the first half? Because the pick and roll now. Well, the pick and pop, they tried the Hail Mary 3. 3 is up, no good. And a silly foul, well, no foul, sorry, excuse me. 1 second left here. Serbia have the ball on the baseline.
They just have to be catch and shoot because obviously the time's going to start to tick as soon as the player touches the ball, and 1 second It's still quite time to catch and shoot, but it has to be immediate after the action.
Well, they just brought in Danilo Dojic into this game now for this last play. Now, if you're the United States, you don't want to foul, of course. But the USA also making a quick change as Evans comes into the game for the first time. Oh, gets rejected. Wow, goodness gracious. Give this man some credit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Fizz just pins that one. Get out of here. Well, we might be in Spain, but Fizz just said, not in my house. Well, Teresa, end of the first half now. The United States, rightfully so, leading by 12 points here over Serbia.
Yeah, I think it was impressive second quarter from Serbian team against the US team. They lost it by 4 points, but those 4 points margin pretty much has been created last minute of this quarter. So quite good performance in the second quarter from Serbia, and they have to really now again take a breath in the changing room and say, look guys, we can play this US team. We have to make some free throws because they've been really bad from that line. Serbia
so
only.
What do we make of these stats right now here between the rebounds and the assists?
Yeah, they made only 8 free throws out of 16, but they've been out-rebounded by US team. The US team grabbed 29 rebounds to 18, you know, and that's something, again, Serbia has to focus on. I know it's hard because, you know, you don't want to go too much for offensive rebounds because, you know, US team is such effective in transition offense, so you rather go and protect the rim back. So it's quite like decision of the coaches. Would he send a couple players for offensive rebounds and the rest to protect the fast break? So the question is there, but US team is just exceptional. It's a quality by quality. You know, those players not averaging more than 20 minutes per game playing time, so they are fresh. They are, you can see that they're just like waiting for the mistake or for the steal or for rebound and just running the floor. They don't like playing 5 against 5, so I think the coach Abramovich probably would say to his players, try to get back as soon as you can, stop that transition, you know, and try to box out as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you with some highlights here from the first half, but again, go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as we will be back in just under 30 minutes. This is the quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup between the United States of America, who lead this one 48-36 over Serbia. We'll be back momentarily. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of this FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup quarterfinal matchup between the United States of America, as we mentioned. The Unions won by 12 points over Serbia, 48-36. Well, it's been a very up and down at the moment. And when I say up and down, I don't mean roller coaster. I mean literally it is just fast tempo United States of America basketball. What do you think, Teresa?
Yeah, I think it just comes from the great defense of US, because obviously their transition offense is it's probably best at the tournament. They're just so effective. Every mistake Serbia makes, they're just gonna punish with the transition offense. On the other hand, credit to Serbia, because they're not playing with any like setback or anything. They're just really courageous and they just go for it. You know, they're trying to use every opportunity they have to avoid that 5-on-5 basketball as well, because they know if they play against a physical, athletic defense of US, it gives them less chances, obviously, to succeed. So as long as they carry on being aggressive towards the rim and play good defense and being on both ends of the glass effective as well, which they haven't been in that first half, I think there's definitely an area to improve. Then they can obviously think to win this game, because everything is open. It's only down by 12 points, but considering that Serbia is not really effective on free throws, they missed 8 free throws in the first half, which would put them in a close game if they would have made it. So a couple of things to talk if you're Serbian players. And on the other hand, the US team, they don't like to play 5-on-5, I would say. So really they want to keep going and running that transition offense, which they've been really excellent at.
Well, the United States as well, they're 5-10 from the perimeter, of course. You know, we talk about their high tempo basketball, but getting the ball up and down the court, getting those open looks from downtown. Boogie Flan leading the way for them, 2 for 2 from downtown. And again, you got to think with the tempo of how the United States are playing and the ability to knock shots down from the perimeter, it almost becomes a case of Serbia, how are you still in this game, of course, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And they actually could be in a close game still if they wouldn't make those free throws and everything. But US has scored 17 points out of fast breaks. They had pretty much 10 after first quarter, now 7 in the second quarter. So there's something Serbia wants to stop, because those are easy baskets against their team. So you know, we know there are tasks to improve, and I really look forward to see this second half if both coaches made some changes or some steps up, you know, to try to obviously get that game on their side.
Well, the United States, they will start. Now, remember, as we mentioned before this game, the inaugural year of the FIBA Under-17 Basketball Cup was in 2010. And since then, the United States, they have won every year. They've won 5 championships. And right now, they're looking to make this a 6th one. With Juan Wagner now with a step-back move, doesn't get it. And Mikic comes up with it. Now Serbia tries to transition, throws it down. Well, he was just waiting for that opportunity. Well, the big man, Markovic, again, just trying to start the second half with a bit of swag and a bit of tempo here for Serbia. A 10-point lead now. Go down low to Koa Pete. Now, Koa Pete's been one of their best players. Fades away, but the follow-up, Sean Stewart, who has 2 points in the game now. He moves up to 4, but again, he has a chance now to go to the free throw line and to make this a 3-point play.
But again, it's offensive rebound, right? It doesn't take a lot to box out your player when the shot's been released. So those are little mistakes which are so costly to the Serbian team, because they are very much competitive with this strong US team. It's just correct those little mistakes and it's going to make you feel so much better in this game.
Well, we had an early entry there on the free throw, so it's going to be a possession back to Serbia. Now, it's still a 12-point ball game. What Serbia needs to do is be very compact, of course, here. Try not to make as many turnovers. Markovic all the way. Markovic off the backboard. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Mikic with the follow-up, and that's what Serbia need. Those second chance points, and somebody going to get more offensive rebounds. Well, the USA now with the ball in the hands of Castillo. Castillo now trying to go baseline here. Finds Koa Pete now. Well, Koa Pete now pulling up mid-range. He doesn't get it. Markovic coming up with a rebound and just, the big man just doing a good job of bringing the ball up here for Serbia. Well, Serbia now go down to Markovic. Markovic fakes the pass. There's the penetration. Gets rejected. Well, goodness gracious. Well, Sean Stewart. And now the United States. Wagner, pump fake. Takes it. Nails it. Well, it's amazing how a big defensive play all of a sudden turns into a transition three-point there. Well, that was actually Castillo, excuse me, not Wagner. Boy, Huge play from downtown again. That would just maybe settle the nerves of these Serbian players. And again, Teresa, I'm very impressed with Josip Julovic able to step up there and just not to let this game go too far away from them. Well, this time Wagner takes it, doesn't get it. The foul has been called, and I think they're going to call this against the United States. Now they're going to call that one on Ronald Holland.
Yeah, that was great effort from Julovic on the glass.
Well, they can see as well, Koa Pete. Well, it's definitely a foul there. He's gone right into the back of him, of course, but Koa Pete just trying to calm Ronald Holland down now. The United States continuing to put the full court pressure here on Serbia. Again, they've been doing this all night long.
Yeah, Holland has 3 personal fouls, so Coach White has taken him off the court now, and Cooper...
Well, Cooper Flag now back in the game here.
And he's been excellent in both glasses. He had 9 rebounds within the first half.
Well, Chortich now coming off the pick and roll. The United States now. Again, Mikic spins around. Post move goes up. That's a tough move. I mean, where has Mikic been all game long? Cement that position in the low post. Go to work, Mikic. Castillo now here, guarded by Georgi Chortich. One screen. Looking for options now. Kobe rolls to the basket, but now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Well, there's the crossover. There's the foul. There will be 2 free throw shots, and again, United States there do an excellent job from Wagner then, as we mentioned with Wagner, of course. I mean, Teresa, I got to keep paying homage to Wagner, of course. I mean, Dewan Wagner, as we mentioned, 3rd generation potentially going to the NBA. Father played in the NBA for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it gets better. Grandpa won an NBA championship with the LA Lakers against the Detroit Pistons. I mean, that's basketball DNA right there.
There is, and he's making the family proud for sure, because he's playing great games in here.
Well, it makes it 2 for 2 now from the charity stripe. It's still a 10-point lead. Serbia, Stankovic now looking to take this one. Again, Serbia, credit their basketball IQ here. Well, Markovic trying to hang in the air there, doesn't get it. That goes out of bounds. It's going to be Serbia ball, and I think the United States, they feel like that one came off of Mikic.
I think Coach Avramovic has found a player who actually can compare physically to the US team, because Mikic is doing really great job, but on the glass for Serbia.
Well, they get the ball inbound now here to Mikic. He goes down again, the low post. There's the kick out now. Markovic, mid-range. Well, did Markovic go bank? I don't think he cares right now. He cuts it down an 8-point deficit. Now Serbia refusing to throw the towel in here against the dominance of the United States. Oh, Castillo goes all the way. Wrap around. Oh, baby! With a finger roll. Well, give this man the MVP so far. He's been terrific here tonight. The United States now continue with their double teams. Goes all the way under the basket. Finds Mikic. Mikic under the basket again. Mikic 6 points so far here in the 3rd quarter. Teresa, how big has his impact been for Serbia?
Yeah, I really like that impact, because he has such a strong presence under the rim, and you know, not only in the glass but also effective offensively in terms of points.
Well, Koa Pete from downtown, he nails it, and the United States continue to bake it off from downtown. I mean, they have been terrific from the perimeter. Well, got another turnover here. The USA come up with it. Wagner under the basket, finds Koa Pete with a 2-handed jam right in the face of the Serbian defense. And Koa Pete right now sending a statement here. It's back to the 13-point ball game now. Julovic goes all the way. Julovic, I missed a wide open layup. And now Castillo here in transition. Castillo now dish this one off. They get a 3 corner. They don't get it. It goes out of bounds. But that will stay possession to the United States. And again, Teresa, credit to Sean Stewart. They're battling for more offensive rebounds.
Yeah, indeed. It's you have to go for every ball, and it's only gonna be rewarded. That was the replay of it. Mikic again, another effort, great offensive effort on the, pardon, defensive on the glass. It's just the game's been up and down both ends, isn't it? And they're just trying to play before the defense is set, both sides.
They'll turn it over now. Now here's Serbia. Numbers in transition. They throw it in transition with a two-handed jammer. That will lift the spirits of these Serbian players. Well, still an 11-point ball game here. The United States with the cushion against Serbia. There's a rejection there, but it goes out of bounds. But that will be possession back to the USA on the baseline. But again, Teresa, Serbia are staying in there.
Yes.
Again, can they get closer?
Yeah, I think they can, to be honest, because at the moment, again, they get back to that disciplined game, offensive and defensive. If they're not making any mistakes, I like them better because they play more like basketball. Obviously, US team is very athletic, very physical, but at the moment, it's like an advantage of theirs.
Well, Wagner goes behind the back, takes the mid-range. Doesn't get, oh, yes, he does. Well, Wagner fakes me out on that one. And that goes out of bounds, and I think that is going to be possession back to the United States. But again, it's the same story. United States transition defense just punishing Serbia.
Yeah, those are the situations Serbia needs to limit. Those are unforced errors, just from wanting it so much that they basically make the turnover. So that's something Serbia doesn't want. They have 14 turnovers in this game, and we know US team is so effective punishing it. So that's the number they want to keep like it is for the rest of the game, and they don't want to increase that number.
Well, the USA, of course, bringing back in Boogie Fland and Carter Knox, of course. Well, Knox with 6 points. Boogie Fland, as you mentioned, 2 for 2 from the perimeter. The USA now just trying to, with a 13-point lead. It's Cooper Flag now with the ball in his hands. 1 to 10 on the shot clock. Finds Castillo now. Castillo the crossover, step back, big three, way off the mark, doesn't get it. And Mikic now in transition. I think they're going to call an offensive foul there. And how do you make that play there, Teresa?
Yeah, that's just, you can't roll the elbow around the player, so that's a good call here. We will see it. That's the hold of the other hand. You can see that Castillo couldn't move anywhere. And that is quite a really good call by the official to spot it. You just have to keep the elbows by the body, you know, as simple. It was great turn around the player, but you just have to keep the elbows by the body, and you would have had a lane to the rim.
Well, Boogie Fland now here from the Bronx of New York City with the ball in his hands. Try another three-pointer. 3 is up. 3 is way off the mark, of course. But the United States now still with a 13-point leader over Serbia. But again, you can see these USA players, I mean, they're not even being told by their coach. They're instructing each other. Keep the full court pressure. Well, Serbia now patiently breaking the full court press there. There's the penetration, goes all the way. It goes in with a skyhook. And kisses that one off the backboard. And that is just a tough play there from Stankovic, but the USA wasted no time in transition. I think a technical foul's been called. I think the officials have called a T against. I think because the ball was touched after it went into the basket. I think they've been given a warning already, probably. So it's going to be 1 free throw shot now here to Serbia. Well, at the free throw line here for Serbia's Mitar Bošnjaković, excuse me. Only has 3 points in the game so far. He is 0 for 2 from the perimeter. Now make that 2 for 5 from the free throw lines. He cuts it down back to a 13-point deficit here. The United States leading 67-54 over Serbia.
Again, we see that full court pressing from US. They don't let the Serbian offense breathe at all.
Stankovic now into the backcourt here for Serbia.
There's a big mismatch down under the rim. Will the Serbian offense spot it?
Well, Mikic now looks like he wants to isolate here. Mikic backing down, spins, goes up. Great help side defense here by Cooper Flag. Now the USA can push this one. Boogie Flag now fade away in transition. Doesn't get it. Another foul. That's a very hard foul there by Stankovic. But again, I tell you one thing I've been very impressed with. Carter Knox, and now I'm also very impressed with Noor here. I mean, look at the contact he takes here on the shot. That's a hard foul, but no reaction whatsoever. And again, that's a sign of a young man who I feel is going to be one hell of a professional basketball player one day.
Oh yeah, I can agree. And it just tells you as a great fundamentals for him to be one, because to keep in the emotions in control is such a big element of the basketball player, because there will be emotions, there will be tough fouls, there will be situations where you can let it go or you have to let it go. So great display from Newell.
Newell now making the first free throw, of course, here for the United States. But now making it 2 for 2 for the charity stripe here. The United States up by 15 points, is 69-54. With just over 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Serbia now managing to keep the gap well away from 20, of course, but you know they are playing for position to play against Lithuania. Well, three-point attempt no good now, and there you can see the United States now trying to push this ball up the court. Well, Knox now one more pass in the corner. Finds Cooper Flag under the basket. And there's the hesitation now in the lane, the wraparound layup, and doesn't get it. It's under the basket, but yet another foul called. So Serbia's lack of rebounding right now is what's sending the United States to the free throw line.
Yeah, lack of rebounding, but it came from that. Obviously, there was that penetration where all the Serbian defense trying to hustle and block the shot. So 4 of them were focusing on one, and then when he kicked the ball out, then it was just a process of recovery, and then it just gave the US team lane to go down the rim, and they could just save it with a foul.
Well, Knox is back at the free throw line here for the United States of America. Carter Knox, we mentioned, now moving up to 7 points. And now 3 for 4 from the free throw line, but Mikic just able to secure the ball there for Serbia. Well, Mikic now still with the ball in his hands. Gets caught in a double team, has to get rid of it. Serbia now just trying to avoid a turnover here. There's the penetration, there's the kick out. They get a wide open look from downtown. 3 is up, and the 3 is good yet again. What's that man again? Mita Bošnjaković. Well, he hits his first 3-point of the night. He's now 1 for 3 from the perimeter. That's only the 4th tray ball this evening for Serbia as they cut the deficit down to 13 points. But Therese, it's another foul. And the USA's going back to the charity stripe.
Yeah, again, an unnecessary foul. I think Gacic tried to be physical as well, but you know the player wasn't in danger or anything. So knowing that, obviously you're sending the player to the free throw because Serbia has more than 14 fouls. That's quite unnecessary and a little bit silly foul. So giving those 2 shots for Cooper.
Well, looks like it's going to be a provisional substitution. I think Cooper Flag is meant for the substitution here because you can see Cole Pete hasn't come into the game yet. So if Cooper Flag makes his free throw, he will be heading to the bench as Cole Pete now will come back in, but makes a free throw. Well, makes it 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, and I think he's taking a shot there. You can see he's just favoring.
Yeah, I think if you don't expect someone to body check you, you know, you kind of relax. So I think his chest got a little bit compressed by the body check of Gacic. Hopefully we're going to see him again.
Well, hopefully, of course. I mean, such a key influential play here for the United States. Stankovic goes all the way in a blocking foul. That's much better now from Serbia. I think Stankovic is just taking his shot as well that he didn't like. Nonetheless, he's got to step up now, make the free throws here for Serbia.
Yeah, it's tough. If you have the courage to stay in the charge or trying to stay in the charge, it happens that you get quite hard to hit.
Therese, do you think obviously that's the right call? I mean, I think it is, of course. Cole Pete just a little step too late there.
Yeah. But as we say, we see it in replay and everything, right? The officials has only second to their just job, but I think they're doing a great job generally at this tournament. So, yeah, 2 for Stankovic, but he's been so good for Serbia. He's been so aggressive, trying to attack that defense of US.
Well, Serbia's free throw shooting has improved since the first half. Now they're up to 55% shooting, 10 for 18 from the charity stripe, but again, it's still a 13-point ball game with just over 2 minutes to go. Now, Serbia, again, no more fouls to give us Boogie Fland here, the man from the Bronx of New York City with the ball in his hands. Well, Boogie now uses the screen here. Gives this one up here to Carter Knox. Some of the shot clock now. Boogie from no man's land. Doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound there, given away there by Serbia. It goes out of bounds. And that's going to be Serbia ball with 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Serbia trailing by 13 points, really having to work to stay in this game. It's a big ask, of course, Teresa, to expect Serbia to get back, but nothing is impossible here in international basketball.
Indeed, when we look at the quarters so far, they've been quite even both till the end of the quarters. So now I think Serbia really needs to keep it this way and try to decrease that margin in the score going into the fourth.
Well, immediately there, you can see the Serbian coaching staff wasting no time to get Milosevic out of the game there. Heavy defense from Boogie Fland. Well, Boogie Fland's just checked out the game for the USA, but coming back in now for Serbia is Georgi Jurcic. So it looks like a 1-3-1 zone. Am I correct here, Teresa?
Yeah, US has been showing it throughout the game a couple of times already. And, you know, I like it because it's not as usual, this zone, but it has its own, basically, tasks.
Well, they telegraphed the pass there to Markovic. Traveling violation there against Carter Knox. And so far, the USA, only 11 turnovers in this game. I mean, Serbia was 16. Probably a bit too many than they would like to have done, but...
Yeah, you try to limit that number, but with the intensity both teams are playing, it happens, those errors and stuff. But I think the biggest difference is on the glass again, because US has grabbed 39 rebounds so far, and Serbia only 28.
Well, that's a big play there by Julovic, of course, just going in on the weak side there for the offensive rebound. Didn't get the putback, but he's going to the free throw line. Again, it's just a simple play, Teresa, that just allows Serbia to stay in this game, give them that little bit of hope.
Yeah, it's like play by play, isn't it? They have to really... they have to focus offense by offense. You can't really look too much ahead against this strong US team. So you have to really focus on your game and take bite by bite, but bite decrease that margin. So it's only 12 points difference in the score. That's not a lot going into fourth. You know, everything is still very much open in this game.
Well, just after you talked about Serbia making the improvements, of course, the ball is on the floor and they're diving all over for it now. Again, trailing by 12 points, under a minute to go here. Yeah, a little bit too much on that, turns it over. And now Castillo will push this one in transition for the USA. And there's a three in transition. The three is good from downtown the United States. Well, shooting a phenomenal 9 for 19 from the perimeter. I mean, it is rated threes here from these players.
Again, coming off that quick transition on Ian Jackson's wide open on the three, having the confidence, and he hasn't been really seen as much in this game, considering that he's been a team leader so far in this tournament.
Well, as we mentioned, we talked about this at the beginning of the game, of course, the two players coming from the same city with the same borough of the Bronx. And again, what that means to New York basketball, of course, you think about some of the greats of New York basketball, Stephon Marbury, of course. I mean, that is just phenomenal to have two players, because the rest of the 9 players from the United States, they all come from different areas, of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download the official Courtside 1891 to get all the best streams and schedules here. As we mentioned, we've just seen the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. At the moment, this is the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. We're also this summer having the FIBA Asia Cup, the Eurobasket, and the America. Remember, you can follow it all on Courtside 1891. Make sure you download. There was the QR code. Well, as we take a look at some of the highlights here, of course, you see, I keep saying this over and over again, Teresa. I mean, it's just impressive that Serbia haven't gone down by 20 or 30. And again, I think that's a credit to the development of these young players and the clubs they play for, and their overall basketball IQ. They understand what they're up against, and they're playing within themselves. I mean, they're up against a very good opponent, but, you know, they've got 1 quarter left, trailing by 15 points. Nothing is impossible.
I think 15 points in basketball, yeah, it's a margin, especially if you're playing against a strong US team. But, you know, we still have 10 minutes to go, and this is quarterfinals. Those games could be very crazy and unexpected. So everything is open. Serbia has nothing to lose, and I really am impressed the way they play so far in this game.
Well, Jurcic now. The lane doesn't get it. Nikic now fighting for the offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds now, and he will secure a fresh 14 on the shot clock here for Serbia. And it will be a baseline ball for them. Well, We're getting this one into Georgi Churkic now, playing the point guard role. Down low to Mikic. Mikic now down the middle, no look pass to the corner. And Mikic just everywhere at the moment for Serbia. I mean, he is battling. Gets caught in a triple team. Has to kick this one out. Goes all the way to rejection. Well, Cooper flag. What a defensive play. Like, you gotta love this kid. IMG Academy, born in Newport, Maine. That's a 3-on-1. But Cooper flag says, not in my house. Get out of here. That's just been the big difference in this game. The United States, hungry for every possession. Defense, offense, they're making it happen on both ends of the court.
Some numbers in here. See Serbia shooting 27 from threes, but USA 47%. They hit 9 times from the perimeter. Incredible number, to be honest. And knowing that Serbia is down only by 15 when the US team hit almost 10 free throws.
I said it was a timeout. It was the end of the third quarter, but here are some highlights here from the third quarter. I mean, Serbia, they can see the throwdown by Markovic, but you know, it is now or never. They got to step up right now. They got to give everything here.
Yeah, Serbia needs to make any opportunity count for them, because we've seen a couple layups missed, a couple easy shots missed as well. And plus, I have to highlight that free throw shooting. They only shoot 57% from free throws. They missed 9 free throws. Look at the score. If they would have made them, or at least majority of them, the game is again having a completely different feel. So they have to focus, not making mistakes again, be composed, play their game, and play tough defense.
It is now the start of the fourth quarter there. Markovic has to go up, gets rejected again, but Mikic comes up with it. And again, Mikic, again, playing some big minutes so far here for Serbia in the second half. We're down to a 13-point ball game. Wagner now. One thing I'd like to say about Cooper Flag, of course, he's just been a key defensive player here for the United States. Just that ultimate role player. Flag goes down the middle. Flag gets rejected. Well, Mikic just gives Cooper Flag a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, you mentioned Mikic.
Get out of here, he says. Not in my house. This is the house of Serbia.
Yeah, his presence is incredible for Serbia. He's obviously a bench player, but he's just playing so well in this game.
Well, no foul call now. Serbia now. Mikic down the middle. Mikic. An offensive foul there, out of control.
Yeah, Mikic knows Holland has been set out of charging circle, so he took the sacrifice to be on the floor and go for the charge.
That's a great defensive play there by Ronald Holland, just standing his ground. He easily have made a step or two to get a call for a blocking foul, but now Castillo with the ball in his hands. Castillo lights it up, big time shot. And now the U.S. with their biggest lead of the game now, 16-point lead here for the United States. Markovic now trying to keep the pressure here. Well, throwing down to Mikic here, arguably been Serbia's best player so far here in the second half, but he almost turned it over. There's going to be a sideline ball now to Serbia.
You say in basketball, if you doubt either pass or shoot, it's not meant to be. So if you're not sure, just move the ball and move the defense.
Well, Mikic now pump fakes. Mikic goes up with it, and again, he is having one hell of a second half. I mean, you take into consideration, if he played like this in the first half, this could have been a very different game, of course.
Yeah, and he only averaged 13 minutes per game in this championship, averaging 8.3 rebounds and 9 points before this game. But as you say, the second half is his for Serbia.
Castillo now kicking out the Cooper Flag. Flag going down the middle, back out to Castillo with a pump fake. Goes baseline again, miss a layup. So Serbia now come up with it, trailing by 14. Markovic, no look pass there. Put up a little floater and again a little teardrop there. You gotta love that play there. The assist coming from Markovic, but Mitar Bosniakovic.
Yeah, has 9 points, but look at that footwork. I don't know if you see the replay again, but it was just the pass was behind him and he was able to catch it, spin it, and even make it. Great awareness of the space on the court.
I think the officials there have just given a warning there to Serbia to say leave the ball when it goes in the basket, but the Serbian coach is shouting he didn't touch the ball, of course, but nonetheless now 7:58 to go in the fourth quarter. 7:58 away from the United States getting to the semifinals to play Lithuania. Well, can Serbia make one spirited comeback here? Well, flag from downtown, and Cooper flag when we talk about his defense. But again, we didn't talk about his cash money shot from downtown as he puts it back up by 15 points.
He already grabbed 10 rebounds, so he's 1 point away from double-double in this game, you know, and
good ball movement here from Serbia. Well, the foul has been committed now. The officials just said that the foul was on the ground, so it's going to be a baseline ball. I thought Stankovic was in the... I thought he was fouled in the process of shooting, but the officials saying that it was committed before the shot. Let's have a look at the replay here. Right there again.
yeah,
Was it a shooting foul?
I don't think it was. I think it was in that first step of the penetration before he pulled up that jump shot. So
Well,
the officials was right by, so...
Markovic was left wide open there, took the three-pointer, couldn't get it, of course. And there's the penetration to kick out. The three is up in the corner. No good, but it falls right in the hands of Cooper Flag. And again, Cooper Flag is just everywhere right now. I mean, this guy is really making a name for himself.
You know, sometimes you have such talented player that he's always at the right time, at the right spot. And I feel like Cooper Flag is really working hard to be that player. Because, yeah, you see only the result, but he's working before even he's there.
And again, Cooper Flag, rejection, and he gives Mikic a taste of his own original medicine and says, take some of that. Well, Mikic, look at the spin out. You got to love this. But here comes Cooper. Application sent, rejected. Well, Flag, if you've just seen that, ladies and gentlemen, off the replay, penetrated to the basket. And now he will have a chance to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned, Cooper Flag, born in the very northeast of the United States in the state of Newport, Maine, at Montverde Academy. I said AMG originally. I do apologize for that, but 15 years of age. Well, in 2022, he was the Gatorade Maine's Basketball Player of the Year, of course. Well, his mother, Kelly, actually played at the University of Maine from 1995 to 99. So again, you can see where the basketball comes from. Again, pump fake, and he will go to the free throw line here for a three-point play. But again, Teresa, same story. When Serbia give up the offensive rebounds, you know what's going to happen. The USA, they go into the free throw line.
Yeah, and they're going to be just slowly increasing that margin. We have 6 3/4 minutes to go in this full quarter, and US leading by 20 points now. It was 12 a minute ago, it seems like, and it's a couple possessions, and straight away the US is right ahead of them by 20 points.
Bosniakovic now trying to deal with the full court pressure. Serbia again. It's one thing I've been impressed with Serbia in this game, Teresa, its stability. Well, Cooper Flag now. What do we have here? Take off! Throws it down. Cooper Flag Airlines. And he looks at the Serbian bench to let them know. I think something has been called here by the official. Well, the officials now maybe just clearing the players to the bench, of course, but again, I'm giving the accolades to Serbia for breaking down the press. And once again, the ball over the half court. Cooper Flag just comes in. That's Cooper Airlines, basically.
Yeah, I like that term, but to be honest, you're right, because he's doing everything at the moment. He has 3 blocks, 3 steals, 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul, 4 assists, 11 rebounds, and 14 points himself. What an impressive statistic. That's nothing to be ashamed of, because this stat, you know, it just speaks up how amazing performance he displayed in today's game for US team.
Well, I currently know right now we have a lot of Lithuanian basketball fans watching this game, and right now they're looking at the team that they will be facing tomorrow, of course. You know, the other games we got after this, I mean, There was the little teardrop there in transition. I got to give Serbia the credit. They have done a good job for the majority of this game against a very talented team of breaking down the full court pressure. But, immediately, I mean, this is the house of Cooper Flagg right now. He's just playing. He's making a statement right now. Well, Cooper Flagg at the moment with 14 points so far in the game. He has a total of 11 rebounds. There is his double-double. He is 6 assists away from a potential triple-double.
And he's only 15, That's just incredible. Talent.
Well, again, the double team pressure coming from the United States. And Serbia now trailing by 22. On the 10 of the shot clock here. Now Serbia need to get something going to the basket. Jakovic goes in. The offensive rebound by Mikic. Čurkić now, step back, takes it, three-pointer, doesn't get it. United States now here in transition. And what do we have here? Tries to, well, that's a very hard foul there, but again, Teresa, you think they're going to keep this as regular? Maybe not think about upgrading it?
I think Holland went for dunk, to be honest, because I could see the way he carried the ball. It was just like going to bring it in, but yeah, it's going to be a regular foul.
I think probably in that case, it's a genuine intent to probably try and block the basketball.
Yeah,
of course.
block the shot.
So for the international basketball fans all over there watching that unfamiliar with the unsportsmanlike foul, that you've probably seen the United States, similar equivalent, it's called the flagrant foul. We don't have that here in international basketball. But when it's a foul that's deemed, unsafe for the player in possession, it's going to be 2 free throws and possession back. But a lot of times you see in international basketball, referees will go and review that. But in that case, of course, you would say that's a genuine attempt to go for the basketball.
Yeah, it was absolutely. I felt it was like attempt to block the shot as well. Obviously, it happened all in the air, very high, so both players ended up on the floor, so it might look rougher than it was. But yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, things getting a little bit heated now between Mikic and Holland, of course, having a few words with each other. Well, Fears goes in. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, give this man some credit. Cooper Flagg is taking a vacation right now. He is the pilot of Cooper Airlines, and he's saying to all his teammates, hey, we're in Malaga with the vacation, the party just getting started right now.
It's heated up in here.
Well, Cooper Flagg with no regard for Serbian help side defense. Well, timeout has been called by Serbia. Again, I think the mental fatigue now has caught up to the Serbians. I mean, credit to their spirit. They've done very well to stay in this game, Teresa. But again, how long can you stay with this very talented United States team?
You know what? I don't think the score reflects really the game we've seen or witnessed today, because I think Serbia does a great job. But if you look at the score, it looks like it's just a blowout game, but it's not. I think, it's just because U.S. team is so effective punishing any possible turnover or error, unforced turnover, or any mistake or any missed shot that, I don't think Serbia has an easy job at all. And they knew it before this game that they have to play their best game they could offer to be able to challenge this U.S. team. But, this U.S. team is just like running. But every game they get better as a team, as a group of young players who is pretty much playing for this title.
Well, Gatch is there getting a push in the back by Fizz Jr. I think Fizz understands that he did commit the foul, and I think he's put his hands in his head and think, I got to be more disciplined than that. But the double change coming is Sean Stewart coming back into the game along with Ian Action Jackson now coming back in.
Yeah, we spoke about him a lot before the game, but I think, there are other players stepping up, or actually the aircraft of Cooper is stepping up today. So, when leaders not needed, it's fine because you're happy that your teammates playing a great game as well.
Well, Church is now turning over again. The United States with numbers here. Well, what do we have here? There's the alley. Oh, baby! Cooper Airlines one more time in transition. Well, this guy is flying on the court right now. Well, the Serbians now just scrambling for the basketball. Mikic comes up with it. Mikic goes in, and Mikic with a two-handed authority there. Well, consolation dunk, but you got to credit the young man. The USA now trying, having a good shooting night, but Mikic coming up with the basketball. It's the 13 now here for the United States, Teresa.
Yeah, Mika's been great for Serbian. 12 points, 7 rebounds, so he's very close to double-double as well. And, you know, mainly in the second half, he's been dominating under the glass for Serbia.
Well, the key players so far for Serbia in this game, Victor Mikic, 12 points all coming here in the second half. 6 for 8 for the field this evening. 2 rebounds away from that double-double, but Matija Milosevic, he has 8 points. Lazar Gacic, these are players on the court, of course, at the moment with 6, but, you know, Stankovic, Julovic with a combined total of 22 with Bosniakovic with 9, so. Well, Mikic now, you can see Sealand in the low post. He wants the ball. Comes up to set the screen here. Now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Markovic just tried 1 3-pointer. Doesn't get this one. Some rebound. Wraps around that. Some play there by Markovic. Just kissing that one off the backboard. The United States now. There's the baseline playing. Whoa! Mikic with the foul again. That's why you gotta love the USA, of course. Wagner. Well, he's what we call the 3rd generation, of course. Like Papa and like Grandpa as well. Well, Wagner, of course, getting it. Appreciation from the crowd there, of course, as well as, you know, Cooper Flag. You know, the flag is raising right now, and it's not the Star Spangled Banner. It's Cooper. He's flying all over the place.
He had a great night today in this quarterfinals against Serbia. It's not over yet, but you know he's on the bench now. So let me just recap for now what he's done on the court. And 18 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals. You know, any aspect of the statistics you look at is positive of this young fella who's only 15 years old.
Well, 15 years old, putting the stats he's put up tonight, as you said. I mean, that's scary, of course. You got to think there's going to be college, NBA, pro scouts all over the world. They're going to be looking at this young man and thinking,
I would call it future.
Markovic, pump fakes. Obviously, bless him, of course. I mean, that's very difficult when someone's flying right above you, but I don't think he appreciated that too much. You can see with his reaction, but hell of a play. I mean, I like this kid, Markovic. I think he's got a bright career ahead of him as well. And I think, Teresa, are the officials... I thought they were going to go review that possibly. I didn't think there was really too much in that.
I think they might have been reviewing if he was really shooting or he stayed on the floor, you know. Or, no, who was, yeah. So, I don't know. But as you mentioned, Markovic, he's 2 meters, 10 centimeters. And what I like about him, he's such a versatile player. We've seen him bring the ball to the offensive half. We've seen him playing under the rim. We've seen him, you know, just the motoric skills he has is such promising because he has loads of potential for the future Serbian basketball.
He's coming from one of the best basketball academies in Europe, Mega Basket, we mentioned. The home of Nikola Jovic, who just got drafted by the Miami Heat, as we said. Well, it looks like the crowd are getting excited now as Evans is going to come into the game here for the United States for these last 4 minutes. And I think this is what the home crowd are getting excited about. Well, the United States are about to make a change here, as coming into the game for them is their tallest player, Dennis Evans. Now, Dennis Evans is coming in provisionally for the free throw shooter. Now, Castillo's come back in for Fizz. You can see the home crowd really like. Now, originally from Riverside, California, on the West Coast, plays at Hillcrest High School, graduation year of 2023. As a junior in high school last season, he was averaging 11.6 points per game along with 10 rebounds. So he's averaging a double-double in his high school basketball. We talk about he's still waiting to get on the basketball court. So if Koa Pete misses his free throw, he's going to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah. You know, all what you just mentioned, it just tells you he's the last player who hasn't had minutes yet for that U.S. team.
You got to love this now. USA players on the bench, Spanish basketball fans, and I think I also see some of the Serbian fans cheering for Evans. Well, a lot of potential. You talk to the coaching staff about Dennis Evans, and they believe in this young man. They see a bright future in him. Very humble kid, of course. Well, Markovic now with the ball in his hands. Let's go. Pass goes behind the back now, and again, doesn't get the layup. In the lane now, goes up, and odd foul there for Markovic, but nonetheless, a foul that will send the United States to the free throw line with 3:35 to go, leading this game by 26 points. Well, no free throw shots. Excuse me. It's going to be a baseline ball here to the USA.
It was a great defense from Gacic, being in a passing lane. I mean, Stewart tries to deliver that pass to Evans, but almost like you're forcing the pass to get him in a game.
Well, Dennis Evans there, you can see, try to cement position. You think the United States is going to try and get the ball to him, but good communication there on the pick and roll with Boogie Flands. Well, Milosevic now tries the three-pointer. Serbia secure the offensive rebound. They try another three from downtown. Gacic, the ball falls right into his hands and he lays it up. Well, 3 minutes to go here. United States well on their way to the semifinal. And ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the new social media platform for youth basketball over the world. It is called Next Gen Hoops. Make sure you give it a follow on Twitter and all the social media platforms. Next Gen Hoops, where you can follow some of the hot prospects worldwide in Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Next Gen Hoops on Twitter. Well, Gacic now trying to take on Dennis Evans, kicks this one out. He tries a shot in the lane, doesn't get it. The rebound now secured here by the United States. With just over 2.5 to go. The foul hasn't been called, but it's easily finished under the basket. Nice play there by Stewart.
Yeah, it was great no-look pass for Flands as well.
Well, left wide open, takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. Evans with a rebound, and the home crowd, well, they want to see his involvement right now. They see what a Boogie Flan, obviously in the lane, one-legged fadeaway. Oh my goodness gracious, Boogie time. Well, Boogie Flan with the one-legged fadeaway, nothing but that. You gotta love this play. He's talented.
Yeah, and he even slipped while he was still pulling the jump shot. So amazing.
Well, great defensive play in the home crowd again. Evans is just becoming iconic right now. The home crowd want to see him. They're giving him the support. When you see a young man, 7'1", you want to see what the potential is. And again, you talk with the coaching staff. He's got a great attitude. He's just such a nice kid, of course. I'm seeing potential that he is going to have a bright career in professional basketball.
Yeah, indeed. The height itself speaks out. He's a 216. He just needs to get stronger, I think, a little bit more and quicker on his feet to make it pro. But, you know, just the height present for the US team, it makes a difference, because obviously if you have such a tower under the rim, you have to adjust the game again. You can't just dribble under him and hope that you can shoot over, right? So great prospect for US.
Well, Castillo now going to the bench, and he wants a bit of love from the crowd, and he gets a bit of love from the fans. You gotta love this. You got Spanish fans here just showing appreciation to all the players there, of course. United States players, they're loving it. They're playing good basketball. That's what they're here to see, of course, you know?
Yeah, and, you know, I've been in many tournaments, and you see always when you have these youth teams, the support of the parents of the players is incredible as well. They don't hesitate to travel to Europe, you know, from US to support their sons at this championship, and it's so nice to see.
Well, the United States now, again, in total control of this game, leading by 27 points. Well, Newell gets a shot in the corner. The three is up. That might be good night, Serbia, from the United States. 30-point lead here. The USA have been magnificent, but we still got over 1.5 minutes to go here. Well, Gacic now wide open. He takes it. Can't get it. Stewart now wasting no time in transition. Well, Evans is wide open. Get the ball to him. Evans takes it. Almost got it. Mashitsky now with the hesitation, now kicks this one out to try another three-pointer. Doesn't get it, but again, time and space, tries again for three. Doesn't get it. And the rebound now secured here. Gacic with a bit of a runway, and again, we'll just slide that one in. Because now we are just under 45 seconds to go here. A backcourt violation.
It's a great hustle from Gacic on the half-court line.
Well, Boogie Flan's dealing with the pressure coming forward, of course. He's lost his balance.
Yeah.
That's where the turnovers come. But again, you got to Kacic, I think, maybe went in with his shoulder there, but, you know, with 42 seconds left in the game here in Serbia leading by 28, it's all a consolation at the moment. Tomaszewski with a crossover. There's a kick out. We'll turn it over now. The United States to push it. And Jackson, well, that's coming from the Bronx, baby. Well, representing the Bronx to New York City. Action Jackson with the throwdown. So now Tomaszewski here, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Serbia trailing by 30 points. And I think they're probably going to dribble this one out, of course. Well, maybe not now. There's the crossover. Goes to the basket, and he will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Well, Teresa, of course, this has just been a spectacular show here for the United States. Really, it's the tempo that they played at, the tempo in which Serbia have tried to keep with, and they've done a good job for 3 quarters, of course. But fourth quarter, it's almost like the, as we mentioned, the physical and the mental fatigue of staying in this game.
Yeah, and also the fatigue, I would say, because the U.S. team, the coach White has spread the minutes all across the roster. They didn't average more than 20 points per 20 minutes per game. So you could see that the intensity of the U.S. basketball and game is not decreasing, it's actually increasing, which is so promising. And it's such a big, you know, throw into the air for the other teams to deal with, because that's something really hard to compete with.
Well, I think now the Serbians are going to dribble this one out, but ladies and gentlemen, the United States of America, they are on their way to the semifinal where they will play Lithuania here in the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. The United States, 106, Serbia, 80. As we mentioned, it was a great defensive play here in transition, of course, by the United States. I mean, the tempo has been phenomenal. Serbia, credit to their spirit. They hung in there in the fourth quarter and weren't able to keep going. United States, they will play Lithuania. Well, we'll take a look at some of the stats and the highlights, but again, there was the final play there from downtown. The three-pointer was nailed, but a consolation to Serbia, losing this game by 26 points, of course. Well, Teresa, what do we make of these stats from the game?
12 threes from U.S. team. That's such an incredible number, and 50% out of the line as well. You know, that's very hard to compete against someone who's shooting so well. USA out-rebounded Serbia, but not as bad as it looked like at the beginning of the game, only by 10 rebounds. 11 steals for US as well. Some top scorers here. Flag, exceptional, 18 points, but not only him. It was another 5 players in double digit. Pete, 17, Newell, 12 for US, and the other set, Markovic, 12, guys, 14, Stankovic, 12. You know, it's just Serbia had 5 players in the double digits, you know, 7 for US. It's just both sides played so well, but as you said, it was just those little points, little mistakes, step by step. So the score doesn't reflect really the game to me, being here and watching this game. Obviously, Serbia had a little bit worse first quarter and this last quarter, but those 2 quarters in between, second and third, they play a very much competitive game. And you know, if they haven't been making those couple mistakes, or they made more shots than they made, it could have been a different game. Also, they haven't been strong from free throws. They missed 12 free throws, which is a big number, like considering that they're down by 26. You know, it could have been, again, different game, but we don't play what it could have been. We play what it was. And congratulations to US team, because they just had another incredible game. And really, I think all other teams should look up to them, because, you know, the transition offense, incredible speed, incredible aggressivity, physics and athleticism, they have it in the roster, no matter who is on the court. But Cooper Flag, you know, we spoke about that. You mentioned it, is a Cooper
Cooper Airlines.
Airlines, thank you very much. Yeah, he was just like, he's 15 years old, and the performance he had in this game, he has 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals, every aspect positive input for this US team. Incredible.
I think Cooper Flag in this game was actually auditioning for the potential trilogy of Space Jam, I think. I mean, some of the plays he was making, catching alley-oops, you know, the one-handed jams in transition. I mean, this kid can fly, but you know, there you can see as well, there are the highlights. He can shoot the ball as well, but, you know, Koa Pete as well for the United States, for me, just a phenomenal basketball player. Obviously, Wagner, we mentioned the third generation, but this United States team, they're talented. I mean, they mean business. this is a team that in the 5 tournaments we've had here in the Under-17 FIBA World Cup have won every championship. They want to make it a 6th one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen the French players walk into the arena. Of course, they will be taking on Slovenia, but obviously the big game after that, the hosts. This is going to be a packed house, I think, here in Malaga, in which Spain, they will be taking on Rocco Zikarsky and Australia. That's going to be the, as we say, the silver tuna. That's going to be the big one, of course. But, well, of course, we'll leave you with some of the highlights here from this game. But, again, you can follow the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup quarterfinals games. 2 more to go live here on YouTube. But for now, we'll see you soon.